Hello everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. Asterisk we walked through. The green light that opened behind the ashes and the wind chimes. The path ahead was long and endless, like a tunnel leading underground. On both sides were crisscrossed tree trunks, the roots sticking out like arms trying to grab our footsteps. The flashlight light cast distorted shadows, stretching into distorted shapes that stuck together. Ethan walked behind, his camera still buzzing with static. The screen flickered with the word "true stories" repeating over and over. Daniel gasped. He said that the deeper he went, the more he felt his memory empty. Memories of his family, of his childhood, seemed to be being erased by someone. I also began to notice the void in my head. Some trivial details disappeared. Only whispers took up the space. Mia sat down in the middle of the road, holding her head and screaming that she heard her mother calling, a familiar but distorted voice. Daniel and I quickly pulled her up, but at that moment a strange little square opened up in front of us. In the middle was a giant ancient tree had dried up. Hanging on the body were wooden masks, dozens of them. Each mask carved with a different face, some with a crying face, some with a smiling face, some with a distorted face. Blue light emitted from the empty eye sockets. The whole group stood still when they realized that some of the masks were exactly like our faces, so detailed that it looked like they were carved from our current expressions. Ethan panned the camera to record, but as soon as he did, a series of masks shook simultaneously, emitting a hoarse laugh. The space shook like a living temple. I tried to take a deep breath, picked up a stone and threw it hard at a mask. It fell to the ground and broke. But inside was not solid wood, but a layer of dry skin like a mummy. The pungent smell immediately filled the air. Mia collapsed. Daniel pulled her back, and I felt a cold hand touch my shoulder. I turned around, but there was no one behind me. Only other masks shook more violently. The whispers mixed into a single sentence, leaving names, leaving faces, leaving memory. I knew that we had reached the true heart of the forest, where the boundary between the living and the dead was no longer distinct, and if we were one step too late, our names would be engraved on a mask that would hang here forever. I shouted for the group to prepare, because the next path would decide whether we escaped or became a permanent part of the forest, and the final secret would be revealed in the next episode.